What's up everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'm going to be showing you step by step on how to draw Orion from Brawlhalla. Let's get started in the center of our page with the front of the mask. So in the middle, start with a point. From this point I'm going to draw a straight angled line going up and out towards the left. Go back to the center, we're going to draw that same angled line going up towards the right, towards the same height. And then from the ends we're going to taper this back down in towards the center. So let's start back on the left side. Spacing is going to get wider as we come in. And then we'll go back up towards the right side. Now we're going to round out the side of the head. Starting back on the left, we're going to go out. Just going to pull that in. Do the same thing on the right side. Now from the center, I want to draw a straight line coming down for the center seam. Right about there. And then from the ends, we're going to draw a straight angled line coming down towards the center. Now we're going to do the same thing we did up above. So we're going to start back on the left side. We're going to taper this in towards the middle, right in the center. Then we're going to go back up towards the right side. Let's round out the side again. Starting back on the left, curve out, and then in. Now I'm going to draw that same length line we have up on top, right in the middle. And we'll go back to the sides and draw a straight angled line coming down towards the bottom of that center line. Now we're going to work our way up towards the top of the head. Starting back on the left, curve out and up with a short line on both sides. And then from the center, we're going to draw another straight line going up. We want to go past the side of the head. Straight up to right about there. Now from the top of the center line, we're going to curve out and down towards the left and right side. But we're going to add a socket. About halfway. And come down and up, almost like drawing a half circle. And then we'll continue that curve going out and down. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the center, we'll curve out, create that socket, and then we'll continue over towards the right side. Now we're going to add the horns in the socket. Starting on the outside, we're going to go up, and then we'll bend that in. Do the same thing on the right side. Now I'm going to curve this down and in toward the inside of the socket. Let's add a fold underneath the socket. So starting at the bottom in the center, curve in and then up, and do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to work our way towards the side of the mask. Starting from the top corner on the left, we're going to draw a straight line going up and out toward the left. Go to the right, and we'll do the same thing. And then from the tip, we want to curve down and in towards the center of this curve. And down, I'm just going to pull that in. Let's separate the tip of the wing. Starting about halfway along this line, curve out, and it'll come straight down. Line this up on the right side, and do the same thing. Let's add the intakes on the side of the head. From the end of this line, we're going to step up, draw a short angled line coming down and out. We'll line up on the right and do the same thing. And then we'll come down and in towards the bottom side of this curve. Let's go back up to the top. I'm going to angle up and in behind this wing on both sides. Now I'm going to connect the top and bottom with a straight angled line all the way down. And then the inside, we're going to draw two angled lines, one along the top and then one along the bottom. Let's line this up on the right and do the same thing. Let's add another wing on either side. Starting from the bottom of this curve, angle up and out. And then we'll curve down and in behind the top of the intake. I'm going to move back up and finish off the top of the head. In the center, we're going to step up, start with a point, and curve out, and then back in towards the center. And we'll curve in the opposite direction down towards the bottom. Now we're going to draw a curve for the top of the head from left to right, but we're going to go in behind the center detail. So we're going to step up, curve up over the horn, in towards the middle, and we'll continue on the right side, and then down. Let's add some more detail on the side of the head. Starting from this point in the intake, angle down and out, and we'll pull that straight in with a horizontal line. And then from here we're going to curve out and then down. And then we're going to taper that back up and then in. And then we're going to add a side guard. Starting from the top, we come straight down, bend that in, and then we're going to go straight up underneath the head. Okay, so we complete the head. Let's work our way down the body. We start with the sides of the body first. So over on the left side, underneath the head, we're going to curve out and down towards the hip, move over towards the right, and we'll do the same thing. Now let's connect the hips with a curve. And down, and then back up. Let's round out the hips. Starting left and curve out, and then back in. And then we'll connect these two lines with another curve. Coming down, and then up. Now let's add some detail to the body. Right in the center, start with a point. From this point, I'm going to angle down and out towards the left, just up above the hips. Do the same thing on the right. And then we'll pull this up and out towards the side of the body. Now we're going to trace this out along the top. Starting on the left, coming down and in, up, and over towards the right. From the center, we're going to draw a short line going up just underneath the chin. Now we're going to angle up and out towards the side of the body. Now I'm going to take this angle line, step up, and just duplicate that right up above. Now I'm going to continue working down with the legs. Leaving a gap in the center, go to the left side, curve out and down towards the left heel, and then out and down towards the right heel. And then we're going to round out the bottom of the feet. Starting from the heel, I'm going to curve down and up towards the toes. Let's go back to the left side. We're going to draw on the top of the foot. We're going to draw a half circle, curving up. We're just going to pull that down towards the bottom of the foot. We'll go to the top of the foot. We're going to round out the side of the leg, going out. We'll pull that in. Do the same thing on the right, curving out, and then in towards the same height. And then from the top, I'm going to curve down and in towards the inside of the leg. And then from this point, I'm going to step in. We're going to follow the same curve of the leg, going up underneath the lower torso. Now we're going to add a little bit of detail to the legs. From the top of the foot, we'll angle up and in, and then come down and in. Now I'm going to step up and just trace that out. Going up toward the top, and then down toward the inside. Now let's move back up and draw on the arms. We're going to start with the shoulder armor first. Starting at the top of the body, curve down and then out on either side. Now I'm going to taper this back in, move down and in toward the side of the body. Now we're going to add two stripes across the shoulder. Starting on the outside at the top, we're going to curve in and then down, step in, and draw that twice. Now we're going to go to the right side and go in the opposite direction. Let's move to the bottom of the shoulder. I'm going to curve out and then down towards the wrist. And then we're going to draw on the thumb. We're going to draw a small half circle, curving in and then back out. And at the end of the thumb, we'll add a bracket. Now we're going to add 3 fingers on either side. Starting at the bottom of the thumb, we'll curve down and then up, step down, come down and up the second finger. Now the third finger we're going to curve out and in behind the shoulders. Go out, I'm just going to pull that in, sort of aiming towards the top of the body. Do the same thing on the right. Let's move to the inside of the wrist, curve down over the knuckles, and then back up. And then we'll move up towards the top of the arm, just underneath the shoulder, curve in and then down. Let's add a trim on the inside of the arm. I'm going to step down, follow that same curve going up. I'm going to square off the end with an angled line, coming down. And then again with that same curve coming in towards the inside of the arm, just above the wrist. Let's split this in half. Let's add a fin on the back of the arms. From the top of this line, we're going to step down, draw an angled line going up and out, curve down and then in towards the outside of the wrist. And then the last thing we're going to do is add the tip of the wings above the shoulders. So we're going to step down, we're going to follow the same angle of the head going up, and then angle that down in behind the shoulders. And that's pretty much it. There's Orion from Brawlhalla. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.